Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, good evening. Um, Welcome to my Fiber Dragon Live, where I am going to be stitching on my piece, which is Curiosity. It is by Amy Brown, the artwork, and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And let's see, that's what the artwork will look like. I thought I already had that up, but I guess I forgot to put it in. I messed with some camera settings, so we'll see if this is any better. I don't know. So I worked furiously this morning. This page that I was working on when I started these lives, I am done with. It was probably the easiest page in the existence of pages. There just weren't that many stitches on it. So I have moved my hoop over. I worked furiously this morning to get the last few stitches in so I could move the hoop off camera. Maybe someday I'll be brave enough to do it. But yeah, you can see where it was. It was right here before. So I have moved it, and there's a cute little ladybug on the leaf. And I am going to kind of be catching up on this diagonal that I'm supposed to be working on. And I will be working, this is also a fairly easy page because it's her other foot and some more of the bottom of her wings. So my goal every day is 250 stitches. I definitely have not made that on stream and have to do it later in the day, but that's okay. We're getting there. Today, so far, because I was working furiously, I've put in 89 stitches already, which means I have a total of, I did work this weekend, 58,270 stitches done of 177,188 stitches total. So I am at 32.89% complete. Yeah, and I'm going to be working on the fairy today. I did notice, so the bottom of this wing, okay, in the artwork, it's there in the artwork too, but when I stitched it, it looks like a little lobster claw. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to unsee that, but that's okay. She'll be my little lobster claw fairy. So I am going to go ahead and roll this up now. I'm going to flip it upside down so that I can work on it because it's right side up to me. And get started. So for my very first stitch, I'm going to have a fascinating single stitch. Yep. Riveting content, but it all needs to be done, right? So I do have my old doggo here snoring beside me. So if you hear that, the kitten was in here earlier, but he has since skedaddled. So I don't know where he went off to. Okay, let's go into, I do use Markup RXP for my digital patterns. And let's see if we can make this so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Maybe. There goes my grandfather clock. Obviously, you can tell it's slightly off. I need to reset it. All right, 3852 is my first color of the day. We're back into the golds. So I got all the way down this weekend. Oh, I forgot to tell you the great news. I went all the way down because I went up and then back down because I didn't want to just start stitching in case I had gotten my count off for her foot because look how far it is. I just didn't want to risk it. I actually did it correctly. Dun, 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 dun. I was so excited. And then part of me was like, oh, well, I could have just stitched it and it would have been easier. But I'm not sad that I did it the way that I did. It just gave me some peace of mind that everything would connect up. So, all right, my single stitch. Here we go. Fill in this little hole right here. Yeah, you can kind of see it. So that is my first stitch. Not my first stitch of the day. Luckily, I had some nice little blocks not huge groupings of the same color, but it makes it so much faster when you don't have these single ninja stitches and you have, you can at least do several in a row. So I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. I did. I got to have a girls' day where I went with one of my friends to the local winery, and they had live music playing. And it was a Stevie Nicks cover band, and it was fantastic. She sounded very similar to Stevie Nicks. It was great, the lead singer. So yeah, and of course they played some of the hits. It was a lot of fun. There was some line dancing, and my friend was talking about, oh, she really wanted to go take some classes for line dancing because she thinks it looks fun. I said, look, I've forgotten most of the line dancing that I knew, but I will probably always remember the electric slide. And shortly after that, they did the electric slide. So I got up and danced. She wasn't ready yet. She'll get there. She wasn't ready to give it a try, but it was fun. I said, honestly, you can go anywhere. And if there is line dancing involved, people are more than willing to have you come in and kind of watch and learn. I enjoy line dancing. Some people really don't because there's not much personal flair. I mean, sometimes there is. It depends on who's dancing. But I enjoy it because I don't have to think about it too. It's like I don't have to be creative, and the coolness is already factored in. Oh, let's see. What color? See, this is when I get tricky because I don't know what color I want to do next. So I think I'm just going to start here, and we'll work kind of up and down. So 919. I say that like you can see where I'm choosing and waffling around on the pattern. Oh, that's not going to be big enough. That's like for a single stitch. And what else did I do this weekend? Oh, I discovered a new game that I started playing because my tabletop games have just been on hiatus. People have been traveling and work and busy and life. So all of them, I'm in 3, and all 3 have been on hiatus at the exact same time. 'Tis the season, I guess. So I found this other game, and I originally judged it by the title and didn't play it when it was first recommended to me. So, take that for what it's worth. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a game by its title. So anyway, the title of the game is called The Root Trees Are Dead. Root Trees Are Dead. And I at first thought it was going to be dark and creepy, and I just don't really like those kind of games. But it's just basically a giant genealogy puzzle tree. So I found that interesting. And as far as I can tell, there might be later in the game, but you're just in your office the whole time doing computer research and looking at, it's set in the 90s, late 90s, I believe. And there was a plane crash. So this family was in the crash, and somebody comes to you and asks you to figure out the family history, because I guess there's this, who's going to inherit and who's going to do things. But there's like a strict rule in their family because they have a candy company. There's a strict rule that it has to be a blood relative. And so I don't know what the end story is. I know that there's a mystery that I'm trying to figure out. So yeah, I've been working on a fictional family tree. But it's actually been a lot of fun. And I like not having any pressure and just sitting there, you know, as far as I can tell, there's no, although that can be fun sometimes, but there's no timed puzzles. There's no 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5. It's just sit down and kind of do it. And the nice thing about the game versus real life genealogy is you know that the answer is at the end. Whatever you are needing to find for the game, you will find. Whereas in real genealogy, sometimes you just hit a dead end. So I don't know if I get nervous and do it too fast or what, but I get way more knots on stream than I do off. So, I don't know what I am doing. Twisting it funny, maybe? So, stream of me getting out knots. This one doesn't want to give. I'm going to have to borrow the needle. Luckily I can, because it was low enough. Oh, and then it just, oh no, it didn't pop out. I thought it just popped out for a second. So that was fun too. I spent quite a bit of time doing that. And yeah, I'm also, a new development this weekend is one of our neighbors is going to be having knee surgery. So her knee, she's not allowed to have pain medication or anything right now. So it's just hurting quite a bit. So she can no longer walk her dog right now. So she asked if I could help, and I had offered when she first told me she had knee surgery. I was like, I said, if you ever need any help walking your dog, you let me know, because her dog is so sweet, such a good boy. So she did get in touch and asked if I could help. What is happening? I may have to cut this. So now I am walking her dog twice a day. Unfortunately, one of them is right before our meal time. I think I have to cut this, and I just started stitching. Holy butter beans. I'm making it worse. Let's see. Where are we at here? It's just not, normally they just kind of release. If I was not live, I sure would be cutting all of this out of the video. I really don't want to cut the thread, but I think I'm going to have to. Unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Stinky knot. All right, let's try this again. I'm going to leave that tail for right now. I might shorten it up a little bit, but it will get stitched over in theory. But I'm going to shorten it because it is not a full coverage section. So yeah, I hope you had a good weekend too. If you did anything fun, you should let me know, because I always love to hear what people enjoy doing on their hikes, etc., etc. Now I'm going to have 2 crazy tails. Okay, let's try this again. slow it down. Maybe, I mean, I don't stitch quickly, but maybe I'm just, I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't even marked the stitches that I did do, so that'll get confusing quickly. There we go. Now we are all caught up. We are back on track, and we are actually stitching 15 minutes in. You know, it's fine. It is what it is. I think I'm going to pop over here, which means I have to cut the tails. Goodbye, tails. I went this morning because the schedule has changed slightly. It feels like everything is just a little bit tighter to get everything done in the mornings before I stream. But it wasn't tight, don't get me wrong. There was no time pressure or anything like that. But me, I like to take things nice and slow, be relaxed. I've always been like a mosey walker. I don't walk with a purpose towards anything. I just kind of get there when I get there. I don't pause a lot. I don't, I'm mosey. Slow pace, would that be the best way? I slow pace. Take in the surroundings. Although sometimes I also like to have, not all the time, but sometimes I like to have a book on tape. That's not what they are anymore. An audiobook. Wow, that was just dating myself. Sometimes when I'm out walking, I like to have an audiobook to listen to. But I am very uncomfortable in earbuds. So I can't have the cute little earbuds that nobody can really tell that they're in or anything. I have to have the big giant headphones, which I love because my ears don't hurt, but also it is very, very obvious that I am not listening to anybody, which I guess maybe is a good thing sometimes because then people aren't talking to you thinking you're just being rude, ignoring them. But I don't know. It is what it is. I haven't done my audiobook in a while because the one that I'm currently listening to, I'm actually not that into anymore. I'm not sure that I ever was, to be fair. So what I'm currently listening to is the second Dark Tower by Stephen King. And I just don't, he is a phenomenal writer and his descriptions are amazing. I usually don't like his stories. I don't like to be creeped out. And so I was listening to it because my sister said I would really like it because it's way more fantasy based than I think a lot of his writing used to be. And the whole series is based in fantasy. So she knows that I like to read fantasy, dragons, all that stuff. That's my jam. But some of it is so heavy and dark. And a lot of times I feel like the real world is heavy and dark enough. And I need to go somewhere much lighter, much happier. I think sometimes that's why I also like young adult novels. Not only are they quick reads usually, but they can have heavy problems, but they're almost always solved. and they're solved relatively quickly. So, you know, I like to keep it light in my hobbies. So I'm extending the lobster claw. I'd be curious if you're watching, if you're working on something, if you're knitting, if you're stitching, if you just wanted some company, hanging out, doing other things around wherever you are, the house, work, on a walk even. Do you ever stream things when you're on a walk? I don't know. I have listened to some YouTube. Oh, I was listening to some FlossTube this morning, and I have a couple people. I think it started with the Alchemist Stitcher, is playing a stitching game using floss tubers. Because Jessie Marie Does Stuff made a game with the Great British Bake Off, and she liked the idea, but she didn't watch TV. Well, her idea of using, but she does watch FlossTube. Her idea of basically taking the game and using floss tubers seems to be gaining some traction. And I've seen a couple people mention now that they're going to do it as well. And look, I'm on board. I love watching FlossTube, and I have my favorites, although I'm always willing to learn more because I feel like sometimes the algorithm, it just locks you into certain people and then you don't see other people that are out there. But anyway, I thought that was really cool. But because I'm a monogamous stitcher, well, semi-monogamous, I do have my other piece, which I should show you guys. But because I'm a semi-monogamous, it would have to be like stitch count rather than different pieces. And because I have a stitch goal every day and I barely make that, I don't know if the game would really work out for me, but I love the idea and I want to participate. I'm just not sure that it works with what I am doing. But so I think it started with the Alchemist Stitcher, and it's grown. And I was watching this morning Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter. I didn't quite finish it, but she was talking about in her plans that she wants to start doing that as well. The stitching game for floss tubers. And I think the Alchemist Stitcher chose 12 people, and Jen chose significantly different number. So, hey, everybody chooses what works for them. That's why we love this craft. I think that's why we love crafting in general. I always want to play the games, though. I always like Whip Go. I'm such a game person. Let me play the games. But Whip Go would be so boring. Call the same piece every single time. That doesn't work. I would always get bingo. That just wouldn't work. Ooh, I had to cut this thread. It's going to be close, but I think I'm going to get all of them in this little area. It's not all of them on the page, but I think they kind of jump around. Let's see. Let's take a little gander. Oh, they're not that far away, but I'm not going to, there's no way this thread isn't going to be long enough to get to them. No, the cut thread has doomed me. We'll just come back to this color. No stress. Stitching time is happy time. We're good. Holy cannoli. It was chilly this morning. I was taking a neighbor's dog for a walk, and I have my sweatshirt on still, and now I am regretting this decision. I am going to have to take that off, I think, because holy, it is getting warm. All right, this is the last one that I'm going to be able to manage. Lobster claw. Oh, that makes me think of Friends. He's her lobster. Did you ever watch that show? I think it was out on one of the streaming services. I did not rewatch it. I think a lot of people did. I was fairly loyal to that show, especially in the beginning, and then it got I felt like it got off the rails. They had run out of things to write about. So it got a little bit more soap opera and a little less, weeknight comedy, I guess. 919. They lasted a long time, though. That's for sure. All right. 400. I know that one. It's an orange color. A burnt orange. Look at that. I was ready for that one. Burnt orange. Little hint of copper in it. Now, how many other colors in here would I describe as burnt orange? Maybe several. But this one I am confident is a burnt orange with coppery undertone. Oh. I'm a little sleepy just because I was up playing my game late last night and it was fun. Didn't want to stop. I made myself stop because I knew today would be rough if I didn't. My kids have sports ball games tonight, so we're going to have to go to that. How am I going to do this one? I'm going to start up here. Do-de-do-do-do. Oh well, it'll be fine. I didn't know if I left enough space for the tail. It'll be fine. We got this. I am curious if you watch other floss tube or cross stitching or lives who you enjoy watching, because I am always looking for others and to support others because I think it's so much fun. My favorite live that's stitching is Cross Stitch Yogi. No, Slow Stitch Yogi. And my favorite pre-recorded is a little bit tougher. But the Max Color Stitcher, I don't think I have ever missed an episode. So I guess that would, and I wait for hers every week. So that's probably an indication that she's my favorite to watch. And hi, can I borrow her stitching setup, whatever it is? I think she showed it early on in her, because I didn't find her at the very beginning. I did find her early, but not at the very beginning. And I went back and I watched, and I'm pretty sure she did show her setup. And I was like, oh, yeah, no. That's not going to work for my particular situation. But can I have her setup? That'd be great. Fantastic. Actually, any setup, any dedicated just stitching space is pretty phenomenal, if you ask me. I should be marking some of these off so I don't lose my spot. sometimes you're just in the rhythm. You just want to go. Oh, I do need to keep track too, because I think I'm getting close to my goal on the my Jane Austen stitching challenge. So I printed all the pages out and I'm marking it. And for my piece, I'm getting, I will be done with chapter 13 of Pride and Prejudice at 58,694. Oh, no, I have 300 stitches left. Never mind. Don't need to be paying attention to that today. I'll get there. I guess maybe if I take this with me to, instead of the knitting, if I take this with me to sports ball, then I might need to pay attention. But I also really need to get that knitting done. Oh, holy moly. It'll get done when it gets done, I guess. And then it just did it again. Oh, but see, that one came right out. Bloop. Didn't even have to struggle with it. Just wanted to give me a reminder. Don't get too comfortable. Not up like the Dickens for no reason. I wish that there was just endless amounts of free time for everybody and we could all just go out and do the things that we love. Because I had so much fun going out, and I only danced the one dance when I went out this weekend. But I used to be, heck, if there was music playing, I was out on the dance floor. It didn't matter. Do I know how to dance? No. Does it really matter to me? No, I've never been one that's, it's kind of crazy because when I am in person, I'm a fairly shy person. And if I'm in a group of people, I am incredibly shy. You get me more one-on-one or in a work type situation, then I'm a little bit better about it. But for some reason out on the dance floor, maybe it's because you're not really talking to anybody. You just can go out and dance. Don't have to make up that, conversation of, I don't know. I guess when I'm talking to someone, I want to get to know them, and that initial start is always difficult for me. There's so many people that they just go out and they're like, yep, I can talk to anybody. I could talk to a tree. Or I have had a couple friends, I think I tend to gravitate towards very charismatic people. Life goal, become charismatic. And I just to see them in action sometimes and how they can light up a room when they walk in, and it's fantastic. I think for me, I tend to bring the cozy vibes. Let's get cozy and hang out together and drink some hot chocolate. That's the vibes I tend to bring. Oh, speaking of those vibes, I didn't even I usually start my lo-fi music. I can hear them whether you can or not. Nice. All right, back to stitching. Oh, yeah. Oh, see, I can already feel myself relaxing. Like, oh, now I can focus better. Isn't that weird? If I could perpetually live with hot chocolate in my hand in a cozy sweater, cute socks, that has to be part of it too. You can't just have, you know, black or white socks. They have to have some sort of design or pattern. Today I'm wearing black socks, but they have spider webs on them. So, I'm ready. I'm ready for spooky season. Cute spooky season though, right? Not creepy spooky. We'll leave the creepy spooky to those who are braver than I am. I want to like do I want to like the creepy spooky? I just have a lot of friends who like the creepy spooky. I want to like it. The friends actually that we were hanging out with recently are watching the Monster series on Netflix, which it doesn't follow. They take they take a real person like Dahmer, the Menendez brothers, and the newest one is Gilly or something like that. But they give like a partially fictionalized story about them. So they really liked it. They said it was really good. I think it sounds too creepy for me. And some of the true crime people are a little bit upset because they are definitely taking liberties with the facts. Just having real and not even creating characters that change the story, enhance the story, but using real people. Sorry, I talk with my hands. Using real people that existed, but changing the facts. So, what do you do with that? Like, with a real story, but you're doing, I don't know, a Hollywood version. What do you do? Is it okay to change that stuff? I just don't really know. Because some people watching it might think that they had done research. I mean, I guess how I would feel about it is if they say up front, this is based on a true story, I think you kind of know that the facts are going to be slightly different, or this is inspired by a true story. Maybe that would be, I don't know. What would the wording be? So that people could know that it's not entirely, what happened, that you're making stuff up. But I guess that's across the board. Like any historical fiction is that, or historical type movie is that way, right? Anyone that's about King Henry or Anne Boleyn, they definitely are taking liberties with real people and inventing things that have happened. Almost all of them. And I just accept that. I assume that's the case. So why would I think that's not the case for any other historical? I don't know. Now that I put it in that perspective, now I'm starting to debate whether it matters. Because we all just kind of know that Hollywood does it that way. Now I'm curious. I've gotten behind. I've been watching the Great British Bake Off, but I've gotten significantly behind. I think I'm 3 weeks behind now. How did that happen? Where did that time go? Oh my goodness. I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow. I just can't on Tuesdays. I don't have the time. I have other stuff I have to do. So unfortunately, I won't be here tomorrow. But I'll be back on Wednesday. I'm glad I made it today. I did contemplate, should I do Monday, since then I have to take another break right afterwards. I only have one stitch of this color somewhere. I contemplated whether I even should do Mondays, but nah, I think I should. Oh, did I do it and just forget to mark it? I sure did. Phew. Okay, here we go. Finish off this color. And then we will go do the next color. Probably another orange based on what I am currently working on. I am going to get to her other little foot soon though. But I think I'm going to continue this lobster claw just on how the pattern is going until I run out of it on the page. Because I need it to... when I was stitching, there was a page that I couldn't technically finish because there was a little tiny corner of one of these just little lines. And I did not want to count into oblivion and have it be off. So I left that one. And I waited. All right, the next color will be... I really feel like I'm boxing myself in a little bit, so I want to stop that. That's not the one that I wanted, silly. Oh my, I was not expecting that. 301. So this is a burnt orange. It is, it's not as burnt. I would say this is like a pumpkin. You remember there was a color the other day where I was describing it as uncooked pumpkin? Well, this is the cooked pumpkin pie. Oh, no. You know, one of these days I'm going to stop describing these colors because I'm going to realize how silly I sound. But not today. Today is not that day. I'm excited. I think hopefully my games should be starting back up again. My tabletop games. That was a leap. Hope you joined me on that big leap of topic. They should be starting up again, and then I can tell you all the crazy antics that these fictional characters are getting up to. I'm trying to even remember what I'm playing. Okay. In one game, I'm playing Okesh, and she is a bumbling cleric. I feel like bumbling is a good, So one of the other players that I'm playing with, his character is bumbling, and I think it kind of like bumped me into being a little bit more bumbling, but I'm just naturally that way. I'm very clumsy, and I change topics and all kinds of stuff all the time, so I think it's fairly close to my personality. That is way too far. So, okay, and then what else am I playing? My brain. I'm playing a fighter, Charmaine Smithy. Look at that. I remembered her name. And I'm playing a ghost witch, Bruxa Craft. I remember them all. I'm so proud. It's kind of funny because you play these characters for so long. If it's not, if it's not a short campaign, you just play them for so long. Oh, I really hope this one doesn't tangle. Don't tangle. Don't tangle. And do I have a favorite character? No, probably not. I tend to rotate through their, and it all depends on how I'm feeling when I create the character, of whether it's a serious character, which Brux is a little bit more serious. Mischievous. I haven't done a mischievous character in a while. Bumbling comes up fairly often. And confident, but that character is probably the hardest one for me to play. I have yet to play a confident character. I think that because I'm just not confident in, I always want to check in with the other character, like the other players, and I never want to be like, this is what we're gonna do. But it's also like, right, it is a game that it only works if you include everybody in whatever amount they want to participate. But it doesn't work if someone thinks they're the main character. It just doesn't work. Your character can think they're the main character, but the player can't, and it gets complicated sometimes. Discerning between the two. Just like anything, like sometimes when I'm playing Bruxa and she's more serious, and I'm in one of my more playful moods, it's just kind of like I really struggle to make her stay serious. So, I think she's kind of moving out of being serious. I wanted to play a serious character when I started her, and I just don't know if that's who I am. I can be a serious person, but when I'm playing games, I'm not very serious. I'm not very competitive. I like to compete, but I'm fine if I lose. Because if I wasn't, I would probably never play games. Not the type that wins them all, that's for sure. Oh, I've done a whole bunch and I haven't marked any of them off. Oh boy. What have I done? What have I done? That reminds me of King Triton. Talking about Ariel. That part, I remember. Okay. So, totally switching topics again. The Little Mermaid. I don't know if you've ever watched it, the Disney version. When I watched it the first time, dating myself again, don't judge me. Oh no, that's the wrong spot. I was a teenager, and I definitely related to Ariel. And wanting to strike out on my own and go do things. And I thought her father was just so oppressive, and you knew he loved her, but how could he be so mean to her? She's obviously good, like a good kid. Like, why is he holding her back? Then, fast forward, I watched it as an adult, probably when all the live actions came out, and I rewatched the originals, and I was like, oh no, I definitely relate to King Triton. I relate to him way more. Oh boy. So yeah, I wonder if there's any movies that you have watched, that you watched when you were younger, and then you went back and watched them again, and if your perspective changed on anything. I would be very curious to know that. I think got some good stuff going now. Moving and grooving. I forgot to say how many stitches I had started with today, I think. I had done quite a few. I think it was 89. So I guess there's a chance I get to my stitch goal while I'm on stream today. Oh, see? I was going too speedy. I got too excited, and then there's a knot. Oh no, don't be another big one. It's fine if it's big, it's just if it's tight. Oh, easy. Okay. Phew. Phew. There's a lot of extra noise in my house right now. I don't really want to turn up my lo-fi, but in order to tune out the other stuff, I might need to. And if I put on my headphones, there's going to be some speaker feedback because when I connect my headphones, it automatically connects to that speaker in my headphones. Oh, goodness. The dilemma. I do love this little ladybug. When I was first stitching it and it was the bright red, I'd forgotten that there's a ladybug on the piece. I was like, what is this? Surely this is wrong. And I almost changed the colors to leaf colors. And I'm so glad that I didn't. Because I would be so sad if I had not stitched that ladybug. Oh, look at me. I'm not even stitching on stream, girl. You have got to fix your cameras. Like, that is so... Hang on. I'll be right back. That is so loud. I just can't focus when it's that loud. I didn't shut the door because then the animals get all wound up about. Some of them want to get out. Some of them want to get in. So I left it cracked. But it will help. Oh yeah, it helps a lot. I need to get better too about remembering to drink some water. I don't think I didn't even bring any. I need like a little timer, ding, remember to drink your water. You'll regret it later if you don't. Coffee's the same, right? Surely serves the same purpose. No. All right, let's bring the cozy. Let's bring the vibe down. Starting to feel a little bit, which is funny because I just took a sip of coffee. I'll probably amp back up again in a minute. Doesn't want to go in. Go into your home. Don't you want to go into your home? Am I going into the wrong stitch? Why is this being so difficult? I was. It would have looked terrible. There. Oh, see, it slid right in. Easy peasy when it was in the right spot. Easy peasy. I need to find a good book. I've been in a reading slump. The ones that I've been reading, just not that into. And it must be because I'm craving something different than what I normally read. I just don't know what I need to do to shift. I think I need something cozy. I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on right now in real life. So I need something that's calm and peaceful and I don't know. I don't think I would like it if nothing happens. And it's just like, yep, here I am living my day. Maybe I would. I don't know. You need some sort of conflict, right? But I just need it to get solved. That's what I need. All right. Where are we at here? All right, so I need to skip that one. And the tail is really starting to bug me, so I'm going to cut the tail. That one lasted longer than a lot of them do. Usually feel the need to cut those off sooner. All right, so I should have 7 stitches and it should go all the way across. Because I skipped the one. Oh, it's trying to knot up, but it didn't. Have you ever noticed why does it always knot in the back too and not in the front? There are knots in the front where you can easily see it. No. I guess because you can see it's about to and you slow down. I don't know. Yeah, there it wanted to knot. But I pulled it through so slow that it didn't. Maybe that's the key. Slow it down. As if I'm a fast stitcher. How is that fair? Do the people that go really fast, how do they keep it from knotting? Because I am not a fast stitcher, so I don't understand. There's folks that get 1,000 stitches in one day. 1,000. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, 250. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm always proud of myself when I get it, though. And I do try, I don't just stop. Sometimes I do if I need a break from the piece. And I'll work on my other one. But I don't usually just stop when I reach my goal and try and get a few more in because I am trying to finish this piece by March of 2027. But if I could finish it sooner, I wouldn't be sad. be very happy if I could finish it sooner. And I did tell myself, if one of my pieces of my 2 is at 50% and the other one is at 25% complete, then I can start another one. And only then. And part of me, because the other piece that I'm working on is smaller, I can put in fewer stitches and get it to a higher percentage quicker. And this one is obviously, because I couldn't start the second piece until I got this piece to 25%. So part of me wanted to zoom through the second piece and just get it to 50, because this one's already at 25. And then I could start the other one, the other dragon piece that I want to start. But no, in order to stay true to my goals, I have to put my stitches in this one first. And then if I hit my goal and I still want to stitch, then I can decide which piece I'm working on. Now, I'm one of those folks, I don't know about you, but when I'm doing something, I just want to keep doing it. I don't want to switch. So right now, because I'm doing this, I will just want to keep stitching. But I will take a break for lunch. And then when I stop, I may change my mind. And then whatever I start doing after lunch, I won't want to stop. All right, so this is the last stitch in this color. I think I just like to focus on something. Since I'm not a great multitasker, I don't want to focus on multiple things. Just the one. Don't make me do multiple things. No. All right. Finish that color. That felt good. Well, on this page. It's definitely not done everywhere. All right. Onward to the next color. Four stitches. And they are not close together. But I could probably do all four because they're... But I'm going to do one, cut it off, and then do the other three. 300. Brown. This is a brown. And I have one single stitch somewhere, so I'm going to use this teeny tiny little piece. Haha. I saved the piece for a reason. Aha, the clock's going. We're getting there. I'm getting down to the wire. All right, here we go. Get it in. I always worry when I move the stitching to where you will be able to see it that I'm going to bend down and then you'll just have a view of my head. The top of my head. I don't think that's happened yet, but see, I haven't rewatched. It's probably bad. I need to sit down and see what I can do to improve my streams. Rewatch them. What's going to make them better? Definitely a better stitching position. So like if I got a little stand and it just sat here, you would definitely see it better. Isn't it cute though? Lobster claw. Okay. I have only 3 stitches. The question is going to be, is this piece of thread going to be long enough to do them? Ooh, ooh, it is going to be tight. Look at that. That's going to be really tight. I'm going to try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll redo it. But look at that. That's tiny. Ooh, ooh. All right. Mark off the one that I did, and I'm going to have to do a little bit of counting on this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's 5. Yep, skip 4, and then it's 5. 1, oh wait, but then it's up 1. Okay. 1, 2, oh, I should put the tail in before I do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's 5, and then it's up 1. All right. See, I think I'm going to be fine. 3 stitches, easy peasy. I'm going to pin 2 of them. Okay, there's 1. Then we've got 2. Hey, I did it. I don't think I would have wanted to do very many more than this, though. That's for sure. Here we go. 3. And pin this down. Oh, yeah. I feel like it's always so exciting when you move the hoop. The blank canvas always feels so good to stitch onto me. I love that blank canvas stitching. I don't like looking at a blank canvas painting, but a blank because you already have the picture, you already know. It's just different. Okay, here we go. Totally different because this one's going to go up into her leg because we're right on the edge of her leg here. But I need to get this stitch in. Otherwise, it's going to be boxed into this little tiny hole in here. So yeah, I'm kind of working on the edge of her wing and the edge of her leg at the moment. So 318 is what I'm moving to. Oh, gray, blue-gray. It reminds me of a cloudy day, which I'm not sure why that's coming to mind. It's not stormy, but the darker part of a cloud. Not quite stormy, but it's thinking about it. How's that for a color description? Thinking about being stormy cloud. Okay. Put this up. Oh, I can't even see where the stitch goes already. Get in there, you. And even though this one is diagonal and I think they will stitch over the tail, I think I'm going to pin it just to be safe. Yeah. It's just hard sometimes on those stitches that are hard to see to pin. Okay, I got it. I used a shorter thread and there's quite a few of these stitches, but they're not all together, so we'll be good. Okay. Oh, this is brutal on where these stitches go. Because the light blue is easy to see when it's stitched. Oh, I have a knot back here. What in the world? It's not what I was stitching with. Anyway, sorry, it was hooking. So it's not difficult to see once it's stitched. But when you have that single thread in it, I don't know. These light blues kind of all blend together. Okay, I know there was 3 and I know it's the diagonal, so I'm just going to go up. And hope that I have them in the right spot. I think I do. What's the worst that could happen? Don't say that. Don't answer that. I think I've been lucky. I don't have any stitching horror stories other than, I guess I do have kind of one, where I was stitching this pansy because I was going to make little stitched cards to give away. And I was almost done and I realized I had skipped a stitch and I had a hole and I had stitched everything around it. And I just looked at it and I was like, okay, look, just fill in a color. Any color that's beside it, and then just continue stitching like everything else is normal. And it really will be fine. But something about that realization just sunk me. I put that piece aside and I haven't touched it since. Pansies are my favorite flower. So how sad. I should just do it again. It's a small piece relatively. And I was so close to being done. But it was in a kit and the colors came and I ran out of one of the colors too. And that was because originally my mother-in-law was stitching it. And she gave up on the project. She didn't like the size of the fabric and all that. And I understand that. And I said, well, I'll do it. I love it. And, but I ripped out her stitches because I could not make head nor tail of what she had already done. So I ripped out her stitches. Well, then I think it made it so that there was not enough of one of the colors. So, and of course they don't tell you, they use DMC floss, but they don't tell you what the number is. So I just have to look through and find something that's close. It's one of the yellows. I'm sure I have one that is close enough, you know. What am I doing with this stitch? What is happening? I put it in the wrong spot. That's why it's not working. That's why it's being weird. Yeah, this tiny blue stitch that I'm working on, I can't, so I put my needle beside it. I can barely even see that it's there. But once I put others beside it, it'll be very clear. So I had put my next stitch that is based on that stitch in the wrong spot. But I got it. I figured it out. Genius. Genius level stitching. All right, skip 2, 3, up 1. But yeah, the blank canvas, it's like every little square is easy to spot. It's when you start having light colored stitches there that you're going, did I stitch that already? Is it where it's supposed to be? I am getting a little better at trusting myself, although there was one point where I was like, I got this. I can trust myself. I can just count it and go. And I definitely put it in the wrong spot. And I had to frog. I mean, it wasn't a huge portion, but you know how stitching is, where if your goal for the day is 250 and you frog 50 stitches, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot. That's a lot. So while I do trust myself a little bit more, especially since I made this connection and counting correctly, I'm still not sure that I ever want to risk it. I will only go so far past another stitch. And I think it varies on how comfortable I am to go past another stitch. It definitely varies. I gotta see what's happening here. All right, so I've got the one. Okay, so this does go here. Okay. I almost put that one in the wrong spot. Just talking about being confident about where I'm placing my stitches means I will instantly put one. Oh no. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. We've got some counting. I think, yeah. So for me, it varies, like I said, but the block I'm willing to count is about 1 that I'm willing to count. If it goes much past 10, I've also gotten a little bit braver of going ahead and doing the counting, but then parking it and picking it up later. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1. However, that being said, I don't like a lot of parked threads. I find it very distracting. I don't mind it on other people's pieces. Although there has been a couple where I did notice myself feeling stressed out. Maybe it was because they had hit a certain level of it. I don't know. There was somebody, what are they stitching? An antique map? And they had just parked threads along the whole edge of the piece, and for them it's working, and that's fantastic. I love that that method is working for them, but I felt myself getting very stressed about it. All right, what have we got here? Okay, here we go. Keep your fingers crossed for me. 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to skip 6, and then it's 7, and then I'm going to skip 1, and it's 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Skip 1. And that's 1. Now, I did lose my place, and that's assuming that these are in the right place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skip 1 and 1. 3, 4. See, I think this one's in the wrong spot. Oh, no, it's not. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. You got this. But it's a good thing it has a buddy, because, man, they are hard to see. I don't know if I want to keep going with this color, though. is getting pretty far. I like it when I'm in the full coverage sections and I just go up and down the columns, up, down, up, down, up, down. I feel like there's always, I know where the next stitch is going to go, and if I don't, I just cut it. This is more difficult. They all have to be put in. Okay, so from this stitch, I'm skipping 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now see, I already know there's some people know how I was talking about how I was panicking about too many parked threads. There are some people that would look at what I'm doing right now and be like, oh no, absolutely not. Never in a million years would I do that. Oh, I chose a really weird one to do, didn't I? Because I went out 4. I could have just gone out 2. Well, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to undo it, that's for sure. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, this part is going slow. I was cooking down there in the orange, and then I'm slowing down so much with the blue. That's okay. I think, oh, that's so far away. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm fairly confident this is in the right spot. So this is only 1 block away from my current stitch, but it is 2 blocks away from the stitch that I'm going to count it from. Oh, getting risky. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then it's 14 directly across. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so it's 14. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and don't lose it, don't blink, 14. My eyes are burning. I didn't want to blink though. All right, let's count back, see if I got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Uh-oh. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, okay. I think I'm in the right spot. Oh, hello, Nancy. Did I make the socks? I did not make the socks. I am I am in a no sock zone, even though I have some yarn that I currently want to make socks with. I am in a no sock zone. I have to, if I am going to be knitting, I have to be working on my sister's blanket. Did you finish your socks? You said you were working on some. So I'm curious if you finished yours. Sorry that took me so long to respond. I was in a counting focus. All right, now I'm counting down from this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's good to see you, though. I'm glad that you're here. I hope your doggo is okay. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, look at this. I am in a sea of counting right now. This color was not what I was hoping. Maybe it's relaxing though, just listening to someone have to count. I don't know. I have 3 whole stitches right next to each other now though. So 1. You know, what I have to think of this as is I am setting myself up to have an easy time finding things later. Of where I'm going, because I am starting her second foot with this, coming down to her second foot. Her little feet, her little tights. So the stitches that I just did are her ankle. Obviously. I don't know how you didn't see that. Oh man, it's like another bit. Okay, I can count from this set of 3 though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it's 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, I lost it. Don't blink. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause and blink. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, I currently have some yarn patiently waiting in my closet that is in the colorway Pansy. It is some hand-dyed yarn that I really, really want to make some socks out of. But I'm in no sock land. I really have to finish. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, go down 2. Skip 1. And from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's 6. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Where's the fun in that? I know. I would love to. It's true. Where is the fun in that? Like, right? You only live once, YOLO. Stitch what you want to stitch. Knit what you want to knit. Craft what you want to craft. And if we don't have 8 million projects going, what's the point? Oh. This thread is getting short. I may have to finish it, even though now I'm like down at the edge of her foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I have enough to travel with the stitches and get, like, if they were close together, I think I would have enough. Look at that. My nail looks terrible, but that's okay. But do I have enough to get these 4 stitches? Risk it for the biscuit. We're going to try and find out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it's 7? Nope. It's 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then, okay, so skip 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 down. My memory is getting better. Depends on who you ask. I think overall, yes, it is getting better. But I personally still notice a pretty big difference. I do think it has gotten better. It is not what it once was before the accident. However, I don't know if that's the accident or if that is just me in life. No, but there are several times where I just can't remember something. I've been practicing. I've been trying to make it better. So, thank you for asking, though. I didn't even remember that I was talking about my memory problems, if that's any indication. Oh, gosh. 1, 2, okay, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've always been kind of, oh gosh, this is getting so tight, and I have 2 stitches left. I've always been a live in the moment kind of person, really, anyway. So it just really makes me live in the moment. That's what it is. It just really encourages me to do that. Okay. Oh, it's so tight. It's so tight. This is the last one. Come on. Yeah. Pinned. Look at that. It isn't quite her other toe, but that's pretty close to where her other toe is going to be. So she's like kicking this leg back, you know, because she's flying. So, whew, that was a rough color, I tell you what. It was a good one because I think it established a pretty good base. But it was very, I had to focus on it. Symbol 3861 is the next color. Dusky purple. We're back in the dusky purple. Got too many ends. There we go. This one's just the thread end. Try to keep that one tucked in, but sometimes they just come loose. Let's see. How's your memory, Nancy? I mean, have you always been a good memory person or no? feel like before the accident, I think my memory was pretty good. But I was okay to let a lot of stuff, I think because I had to memorize lines for plays. So I would work really hard on my short-term memory and memorize things. But then as soon as the play was over, I was like, that's got to go. That can't hold a space in my head because I need to learn lines. So as far as like some of that stuff, I'd be really good at, but I'm also really good at letting it go. And I think I was so good at letting it go that when I had the accident, my brain was like, yay, now we're just gonna let it all go. That's fine. It was before you got here. I did remember all of my tabletop games that I'm playing right now. I went through that this morning and I was really worried that I couldn't. Because I haven't been playing for a couple months because the games have been on hiatus. So I was really proud of myself that I remembered them. So the longest format answer to your question, and the short version is yes. Oh gosh. I'm looking forward to lunch today because I am just now realizing for some reason I skipped breakfast. And I can't tell you why. I'm not a breakfast skipper usually. So I have no idea why I skipped breakfast. I think made the kids breakfast before school and we only just barely had enough for them. And even though that wasn't what I was going to eat, I was going to eat something totally different. In my brain, I was just like, well, breakfast is done. Let's see. You watched a movie again that you saw when you were 15. Oh, cool. It was a Harlequin romance. And thought it was steamy then, but in reality, not at all. Oh, okay. That's funny. I like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's funny when we look back on those things. How much they've changed or how much we've changed. Obviously, a movie doesn't change, but our viewpoint of it changes. Or the context of it changes too, right? I feel like that happens a lot too. Well, that's in the wrong spot. Not the whole stitch, just the second leg I put in it. I did one too many high. I know there were plenty of other movies that I watched as a kid. I remember watching The Muppets over when I was an adult. And I remember thinking, this is made for children? What? I was shocked. But all those jokes that I just didn't pick up on that at all when I was a kid. So, okay. I need to go up. So where I am, I skipped one. Hiya. Then in theory, I have 3 stitches here. technically, if I had because I just flipped this over and I pinned it underneath some other stitches to get across to these. And if I'd been following my rules, look at me, I'm such a rule breaker, I would have ended my thread and just gotten to the stitches later. But I decided this one was an easy one to figure out, so I was going across. I'm doing it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, those are done. I have 3 more on this entire page to do. Where are they? Oh, they're all spread out. No. I get to do single ninja stitches to figure all these out later. So the downside with doing this and me, I like to finish a page before I move on. So I just realized they're going to be up here. There's a bunch of empty space, and then there's just some rogue little stitches up here. So again, I'm going to have to go to the space above it to connect them. I tell you what, every rule I make for this piece ends up getting broken. Sometimes by me, sometimes by the nature of the stitching. Pure chaos, no rules. We make it up as we go along. It is crazy. All right, but that's it for this color for now, because the others are kind of spread out. I guess I could have done, oh well, decision has been made. Don't waffle, keep moving forward. It's like I want to work on this orange area, but I have to get those little tiny stitches in. And I have a feeling it's going to send me up into the blue. Maybe it'll just be that, oops, wrong symbol. Maybe it'll just be that single stitch. Oh, there's 4 of them, and one of them, of course, is completely random. 4, 5, 3. 4, 5, 3. All right, we've got our blue milk color. It's mostly white, but there's just like a little tint of like, it's not even blue though. I don't know why it's reminding me of milk. It's not blue, it's more gray. Got the gray milk color. Oh, that's not a pleasant image. Sorry. This is not a pleasant image. Oh boy. I always want to do all the crafting. I do miss knitting more and crocheting more. I'm loving doing the cross stitch. I am missing it, but I also remember how much it was hurting. And that pain was not fun. Definitely puts a damper on the craft for me. Because some of my favorite, well, when I first started really watching YouTube, like really watching YouTube, it was for knitting. And some of my favorite people to watch still post, and like the Bakery Bears, Nitty Natty. And it's always so hard. I want to watch them, but then also I don't. It hurts my heart. Ooh, I think I need a sip of my drink. Tomorrow, well, not tomorrow because I'm not streaming tomorrow. But Wednesday, I'm going to remember to bring water. Because even though I drink coffee fairly regularly, I don't really like the taste of coffee all that much. It's kind of icky. But it's some nice warm caffeine in the morning. And yes, I used to be an avid tea drinker, and I still drink tea, but I don't know why I made that switch, to be honest with you. I like tea more. Maybe I just burnt out on it a little bit. I don't know. I was going to say, oh, if you asked me coffee or tea, I'm going to tell you tea. 100%. I like tea. But I have that choice every morning. For some reason, I'm still choosing coffee. So, that's a glimpse into my bizarro world. You're welcome. I don't know if you ever make choices like that, but I certainly do. The complete nonsense, no rhyme or reason choice. All right, I'm going to put in this single one because it's the only stitch on the page, and it's easy enough to count to as long as I'm at the correct stitches. All right, so I go underneath here. Oh, I'm going to put in the tail. One, 2, 3, and then it's 4. 1, 2, 3, and then it's this one. Here it is, that riveting live stream of putting in a cream single stitch. My gray milk. I guess this is why nobody's ever called me to name some crayons. To name crayon colors. Okay, that's it for this page of this color. So that's kind of cool. Oh, I've only got about a little more than 10 minutes left streaming today. All right, well, what's my next color? Might as well get it started. Hey, I might even get it finished, because I think these don't have very many colors. Oh, one stitch. Perfect. Another cream single stitch, but it's a different cream. It's 648. This one I would say tips over into gray. It is a very pale gray. What nonsense could I, like the deep part of wool on a sheep, white sheep, the really, deep part, that's the color. That's an image everyone can relate to, right? Okay. Here we go. I've got this. My one light gray stitch. turning what is merely peasant stitches into masterpieces. Now there's a pet hair in it. Okay. There we go. See, I did complete the next color. Did you see that lightning fast stitching? All right, put that away. Mark it off. Get the next color, which will be 3042. 3042. I love it when I put them away in the wrong spot and then I'm really confused because they're all numerical. Okay. Oh, this one's light purple. Oh, that's way too small to even. No, we're just gonna. Nope. See, I told you I keep them and then I'm eventually like, no, that's not gonna work for anything. And I only have a couple stitches. Might have worked. Oh well. But I think I might get this one threaded and then see where we're at. See how I did. For one of my kids' sports ball, the coach texts everybody reminders, which is smart, but it's a group chat. It makes it easy for her. But then everybody responds in the group chat. So my phone is, she just texted us, it's getting ready to blow up for the next half an hour. Oh, goodness. I don't like group chats. They're effective. I understand them. But unless the response is for everybody, not necessary. Don't respond. That's my little pet peeve, I guess. Obviously, not everyone feels that way. Okay, get this one pinned in, and then we're going to see where I'm at. Oh, that stitch is being finicky, and I don't really like it. It was one of my singles. It's acting strange. Get back in there, thread. Oh, I may have to mess with that. It's doing something very strange. Okay. Well, I'll probably mess with that later. Maybe this one will pin it down. I don't know. Is making it difficult to see where it goes. Okay, there we go. We've got the pin. I think it's a little bulky, but I think that pinned it down. All right. So let's see. I've got to put this next stitch started because if I just hook it in like that, I'm going to think that's where the stitch goes. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Let's see where I ended up today. Like I said, I can't remember what I started with. I think it was 89 stitches that I started with today. But I have no idea if that's true. So let's see. I'm so close. I'm so close. So today, so far, I have 244 stitches done. So that's pretty great. I will definitely get to 250 easily, as long as I don't just not pick it up the rest of the day. So that's exciting. Little stray thread right there. And yeah, I will not be here tomorrow. Oh, lots of weeble wobbling. I will not be here tomorrow. I just can't stream on Tuesdays, but I will be back on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time in the USA. And so I will hopefully see you then. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to next time. So, oh, I forgot, there's always a delay after you stop. So thank you for joining me, and have a